Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another Risk Universe tutorial video. So today we'll be finishing up the Warfare series. So this is part 2 of the Warfare series. If you have not seen that, go check it out. It'll be in the description below. So we're going to cut right to the chase. So we have our little front line here. So we got the German Empire and the Russian Empire fighting over Poland. So as you can see, there's a city, Warsaw. It's got like a little Russian perimeter around it. So we're going to be talking about sieges. Of course, sieges are different throughout history. Namely, the difference between like medieval sieges and modern sieges is that usually medieval sieges, it takes like even up to a year to successfully capture a city because of castles and that kind of idea. And also in modern age, you know, it's a lot easier just to go through your city with tanks and infantry and all that kind of thing. So right now we'll just be in World War One, since most public servers and most newer players will probably be playing modern eras, or you know, recent eras in history. So yeah, so we're gonna pretty much go pretty fast about this. So basically the rolling is the same, except that we're going to be rolling 5 times usually for a city, for a battle near a city like Warsaw, or capturing it. So usually the players can agree to like what happens if one side wins or the other side wins, or if it's like a stalemate or a minor victory, you know. Of course, that's all up to the player. This is merely just a guide on how to do something better, you know. So anyways, so let's say you're doing pretty bad. You know, if you're the German Empire, you're doing pretty good. You want to capture Warsaw, since it's a logistical center and a vital hub for further operations in the east, while the Russians will realistically try to hold it, since it would be a good foothold and strategic base for, again, future operations in the east. Of course, Russia has some other goals in mind, like down in Austria-Hungary, but we'll talk about that later. Probably not. Anyways, so we're gonna do some little bit of rolling. Again, bonuses can be in effect, but of course they have to be realistic. As I've already explained, like in the other video, we've already went over bonuses and when and why you should, or when you should use them and when not to. So yeah, anyways, so first we'll be rolling for the Germans, since they are the attacking side, and then we'll roll for the defenders, the Russians. So we got a 3 for the Germans. Of course, if this just happens, you know, you could just, you can just try to bypass it. It's not like against the rules or anything. So we got 3. Just makes it easier on me and other players. For, again, the we're gonna have some tough time with the I'll just say that's 4, you know, so that would be pretty much a tie. You could roll again, or you could just say, oh well, we could just continue on for the other one. Usually you would roll after it, so I think I'll probably roll again. It'd be easier if we had another player with me, but fate said differently. Got a 6, and that's censored. Well, we'll just know that's a 6, and then let's roll for the Russian. So that's a 2. I don't know why it's yeah, I don't know why it's wanting to do that, but that's a 2. Got a 5, and that's censored as well. Alright, well, you can kind of get the idea of like what happens after you win a certain amount of numbers. So usually once you get 3/2, that means you have you win. Of course, it could come out differently. I can't really go into too much detail, since a lot of it is just player driven. But anyways, like if the Germans would win, then they would have the most amount of rolls, or you know, they got a 3/2 a 3 out of 5 to win, or if the Russians won, they'd be able to hold Warsaw, you know, things like that. It's a lot. It goes a lot into what the some examples, but anyway, so if the Germans won, then they get to capture Warsaw, and that is a pretty vital victory for the Germans. If the Germans lose, I mean, it's not really a big of an issue. They just get pushed back a couple of months. You know, they gotta re. You know, they got some casualties. So do the Russians, but not as much as if the Russians win, of course. So there's not really much else to talk about. Of course, medieval. I would talk about medieval sieges and why they're more of like the long game, kind of like, oh, you just roll. Either you could roll once or something, or not really roll once. You usually should roll at least 3 times. That's like the common sense, more logical thing. Of course, you could do just one roll, but it's just kind of iffy when you're playing on slower speeds. Since you would be able to role play all that on the slower speeds. Anyways, this was part 2 of the Warfare series. This will probably be the end of the Warfare series unless I have maybe some other ideas. If you have any comments, suggestions, concerns, anything like that, please say them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out.